Is the Steam Deck too big, cumbersome, bulky, or do you like the ergonomics of it? Does that work in its favor? Is it more comfortable to play for longer play sessions, or would you prefer something smaller, like the Nintendo Switch Lite? We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about Valve's response and what Valve has to say about the size and the ergonomics of the Steam Deck. I'm Blaze2K. Please like, subscribe, click the bell icon for more Steam Deck and tech content. Let's get into it. So guys, as you know, IGN sat down with Valve employees, Steam Deck UX designer Lawrence Yang and business development executive Eric Peterson at the Tokyo Game Show, asked a bunch of questions, and I'm trying to go through every question and give you bite-sized videos on every topic covered. And this one specifically is about what kind of feedback have you heard on the actual ergonomics? Some people have said really great, and other people have said, ooh, it's very bulky, especially compared to a device like the Nintendo Switch. Now, I'll put this interview down below in the video description if you want to go read the full thing. But yeah, Lawrence Shank says, yeah, we designed it with the ergonomics in mind, and there is a reason we didn't go with a flat design. We really wanted there to be something that your hands could grip and hold on to for a very long play session. We've by and large heard positive things, very positive things about the ergonomics, but we've also heard it looks big and heavy and uncomfortable, and the controls look like they're in a weird place. We've heard all of that. But then we've also heard when I picked it up though, it actually works. The thumbsticks are really easy to get into. It feels really nice in my hands. It's not as heavy as I thought. The weight distribution is done really well. We hope that that continues to be the case. And as always, we're listening to the feedback if people have other opinions. Eric Peterson says, yeah, the only thing I'd add is that every aspect of hardware design is trade-offs. You're always making a trade-off about how you want to design something. One of the things about the Steam Deck is it is a little bigger, and that enables us to have a bigger screen. Having a bigger screen is something we can make it much smaller. We can make it the size of a watch, but you wouldn't be able to actually play any games on it and have a very positive experience because it's a bit bigger and it has a bigger screen. For me personally, I've noticed that it's enabled another class of games to be played on it that just wouldn't be a good experience if the screen were even a little bit smaller, because it would just be too hard to see everything. For me, it's a more comfortable experience playing games on it. I personally really appreciate the current size of the deck, and it's something that I really enjoy. Like everyone else, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, I don't know if that's going to be comfortable. Then you get it into your hands, and it's like those fears just absolutely melt away because it is comfortable. And that is something I would agree on, because, you know, when I saw the Steam Deck, I'm like, oh, that's a little bit big. And even up until a couple of weeks ago, or a month ago, when I really started digging into the Steam Deck and playing it quite a bit, that's when I truly started to appreciate this thing. Now, on the face of it, it does look like a chunky system, and it looks like it's going to be heavy, unwieldy, uncomfortable to play on. But really, like, I've started to put some good hours into this thing, like some good long play sessions, and the design of it is absolutely perfect. They've struck such a good balance between the screen size, the ergonomics, the grips on the back to wrap your hands around. It just feels comfortable to play for long periods of time, and I think that's that's why they made it as big as they did. When you've got something like the Switch Lite here, which is tiny in comparison, and it's flat, does it feel, or even if you go to the Switch OLED, which I've got on my shelf back there, yes, it's flat, yes, it's skinnier, yes, it's lighter, but is it comfortable to hold for hours at a time? If you're on a plane, if you're on like an 8-hour flight and you're playing games for hours and hours on end, your hands are going to start to cramp, and my hands have cramped when playing the Nintendo Switch. So over time, I've really started to appreciate the size of this thing and the way they've designed it. The weight is good. It's not as heavy as it looks. The grips on the back are pretty comfortable to hold, and the screen size is perfect. I mean, yes, they could make the screen a little bit bigger because it does have some chunky bezels on it. I would ideally like them to fit the same screen in this as they have on the Nintendo Switch, because that is the best screen I've ever had on a handheld, hands down. I mean, if they could slap an OLED screen with very little bezels on it, this thing will be even better, and hopefully they do that for a future hardware revision. But let me know in the comments, what do you think? Are you happy with the size of the Steam Deck? Are you happy with the weight of it? Or maybe you don't even have one yet. Let me know when you finally get your hands on the Steam Deck. Let me know what you think of the design of it, the height, like the weight and the size and the feel. Like I says, the shape of this thing, it's been a love-hate relationship when I first saw it. Now that I've had the chance to play on it and really dig down and play some good, play hours on it, I really like it, and I don't want to change it, honestly. As much as I would love a little Steam Deck Mini or a Steam Deck Lite the size of this, you know, I'm going to opt for this for playing in longer sessions. You know, this is great for slapping in your pocket if you're going to the park or something. But this is the one I'm going to be putting more time onto because it's more comfortable to play on. Do you foresee a future where we can release a slimmer Steam Deck? Lawrence Shank says maybe, but as Eric said, there's trade-offs. A slimmer Steam Deck would probably mean less battery life, so we would have to weigh all of those and make sure we can do what we can to mitigate it. So they are potentially thinking about a slimmer Steam Deck. That is something they're considering, but there's a lot of trade-offs, right? Smaller battery life, smaller screen potentially. Where are you going to put the touchpads, right? If you're going to make it smaller. So that's all stuff they're considering, and I'm kind of excited. I am at the future of Steam Deck. I'm looking forward to see where they're going to take this thing, but I'm pretty happy with the size of it right now. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you think down below. I'm Blazed2k. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, subscribe, click the bell icon, and I will see you in the next video. And there's going to be a lot of cool Steam Deck content coming, alright? See you in the next one. Bye, guys.